everyone, and welcome to this first session of our Ayurvedic Cooking for Healing. I am Luz Pellegrino. I am an Ayurvedic practitioner since 2001, and since then I have been practicing Ayurveda, bringing the beautiful wisdom of this beautiful science to everybody I come in contact with. Today, I'll be working in this beautiful kitchen in our new location in Miami Springs, where we are planning to provide Ayurvedic cooking workshops and classes, and also to record some online content for you to learn at home at your own pace and being able to start a beautiful lifestyle that will create health. Today I want to bring to you two very easy recipes. These are two types of teas that will help you detoxify your body naturally. First of all, I want to explain, in Ayurveda, cleansing the body becomes one of the key priorities to building health. We believe that the main source of all diseases come from toxicity. And for that, we call that toxicity in the body ama. Ama comes not only for people that eat like fast food or the wrong foods, but ama comes from a poor digestion. So whenever we think about detoxing our body, whenever we think about recipes that will nourish our tissues, we really need to take care of balancing our digestion. So these two teas that I will teach you today are very simple to use, to prepare, and you can do it at the comfort of your kitchen, of your home, in an easy way. It won't take but a few minutes of your time every morning, so you can prepare them early in the morning and drink it throughout the day. All right, so let's get started with one of my favorite teas, and that's just a simple recipe prepared with ginger. Ginger, as you know, it has been like so called out during these times of COVID as an antiviral, anti-inflammatory, boosting your digestion, boosting your digestive fire. So we need to learn how to prepare the ginger tea. Sometimes people think that it's just as simple as throwing it in a boiling water, and it's not like that. First of all, your ginger, this ginger is really small, as you can see, because it's organic. Sometimes when you go to the supermarket, you find these big lumps of ginger. They are fine, but always go for the best choice, organic produce. That helps local farmers, that helps to detoxify your body by avoiding chemicals in your system. So this ginger, the way to peel it is with a spoon. So it's very safe to teach even your kids at home to peel ginger. So the way to do it is just like if you are shaving the ginger with a spoon, removing the skin. In the meantime, I already put my pots of water to boil. That's what you hear bubbling. And once we peel our ginger, it is very important for us to have a ginger grater because otherwise it will be hard for you to grate your ginger. We want to grate the ginger so all the juices and properties go out to the tea, to the water. So here we have our first piece already peeled. And then we are going to finish, because I have a big pot of water. You can prepare at home, like let's say 2 or 3 cups if it's only for yourself, or maybe a whole pot if you want to use the ginger tea as a water throughout the day. I want to also emphasize that the tea should be consumed warm, not very hot so you don't burn yourself, but it should be warm so it dilates our blood vessels and it's easily absorbed by the body. Ginger has the property of detoxifying the body, and also what it will do for us, it will boost our digestion, our digestive fire. In Ayurveda, we think that is not only what we eat, but what we digest. You know that there's a saying of you are what you eat. Well, in Ayurveda, we extend that saying to say we are what we digest. All right, so far we have peeled our ginger. It's too small, so I'm struggling a little bit. There we go. Okay. So here we have good amount of ginger that goes to the pot. If you have like a, let's say a quart of water boiling, about 2 inches of ginger will be the right amount. So this is the tool that I was talking about, a ginger grater. That's amazing. It comes in ceramic or it comes in metal. This one, if I can say, I got it in Crate and Barrel. So any good store for kitchen supplies will have it. So the way to do it is just like you grate your ginger and just drop it in the pot of water. Make sure that you clean your grater very well so all the ginger goes into the water. Okay, so just be careful not to grate your fingers. Sometimes that can happen if you're distracted. Okay, here we go. And then we go with the other piece. So for people that have some acidity in the system, I would recommend to avoid ginger or just use a very small amount. Don't prepare this tea very pungent or very intense because ginger can increase the digestive fire and that can create a little bit of acidity or aggravate your acidity. So that's what we call a pitta imbalance. Pitta is one of the mind-body constitutions, and that's the mix of fire and water. So imagine if you put together fire and water, we create steam. It's really, really hot. The quality of fire and water together creates a very hot constitution. And that type of person will have higher acidity in the system because of a strong digestion. So for pitta people, just consume less ginger. Ginger is equally good for all of us, but just be mindful. Now, for persons that are kapha type, kapha is a combination of earth and water. So kapha people receive the qualities of those elements, and what happens is it's heavier. It's a heavier constitution. It's a more solid, more strong structure constitution. So for the kapha people, we need to boost the metabolism. We really need to improve that digestive capacity. So ginger is one of the best companions for kapha people in all recipes. I encourage you to use ginger in your dishes as a tea, even with warm milk. Milk is better. You can digest the milk better if you boil it with some spices, and ginger is a great companion, especially in those parts of the world where you have a heavy winter and you need to warm up. So just think about that. Have some ginger in your pantry and experiment with your recipes. So the tea, the detox tea made out of ginger is just plain boiling water with ginger, boiling about 5 minutes. You don't need to boil it that much. If you can see my pot right now, it has a really nice color, not very orange or not very dark. It has just the right color to absorb all the chemicals, all the properties of the ginger. And later on, we are going to just let it steep about 5 more minutes, and we will strain it and keep it in a thermos. All right? So while we are doing this, I will clean my board. Let's see. Very good. I just love this weather in South Florida. For those of you that are in the snow and are having a heavy winter, well, incorporate ginger so you warm up, and we send you all our best energy from this beautiful weather we are enjoying in Florida. The other comment that I want to make is that teas are prepared in different ways. When you have seeds, and that's the second tea that we are going to do today, when we are doing teas, preparing teas with seeds, we need to boil the seeds with the water. The properties of the spices, of the herbs, of the seeds change, and they are different. Like fresh herbs will provide a higher amount of nutrients in our food and our teas. So when you are preparing an infusion with herbs, you boil the water, you turn it off, you put the fresh herbs, let's say mint, you put a bunch of mint, you cover, and you let it steep without boiling the water. That way you don't kill the properties of the fresh herbs. In this case, the next tea that we are going to prepare, it's with seeds. So by now, our ginger tea is ready. So I will just turn this off, and we will let it steep a little bit. All right, now we go to our second tea. And this is equally simple to prepare, all right? This tea is very common and is very used in Ayurvedic therapies. Actually, there is a therapy that I do to my clients here in South Florida that is a multi-day program called Panchakarma. Panchakarma is like a very deep cleansing of the body, but not only that, it creates all the plan after the cleansing to rejuvenate the cells. What we want is to cleanse the cells and then regenerate the cells stronger, healthier, and more vibrant. So people undergoing chronic conditions or experiencing anxiety, or they have a very stressful life, doing a Panchakarma cleanse every year for a whole week, it really resets the energy, resets the systems of the body, and the difference of the before and after is just amazing. I have several testimonials of clients doing Panchakarma that you can visit and see for yourselves in our YouTube channel. But going back to our detox tea, so this tea is the one that I use during Panchakarma. That's the tea that people continuously are taking, are drinking throughout the day to help the body detoxify. And this tea is prepared with simple seeds. In Ayurveda, we use food as medicine. So it's a consciousness-based system. When you are eating, I always invite people to think about what you're putting in your mouth. Does that nourishes me? Is this something that will promote health, that will help me digest better, that will give me energy? Just always think about that when you eat. That's why when we eat, we serve our meal, we just say a prayer or do a blessing of our food, because we are what we eat and digest. Always remember that. So the seeds, I love to prepare teas with seeds because the seeds it's a seed. It has all the potential for healing. The seed will be growing in a pot and become a plant or something else, an herb or something. So always think about that, the capacity of the seed to provide prana or life force. So in this case, this tea, this detox tea, we call it the CCF tea, cumin, coriander, and fennel tea. All right, so these round little seeds are coriander seeds. All the spices and all the seeds have a carminative effect. That means they will reduce the gas in your body. So most of them, the spices have a specific role in our bodies. They cleanse our body and they promote a good digestion. So that's why in India, for example, is a culture that mix a lot of spices in their meals. And here in the West, usually we only season our meals with salt and pepper. It's tasty, but the nourishment is not complete. So I invite you to start experimenting with different herbs and spices in your dishes, just to make it more naturally a cleansing and healing effect in the body. All right? So the coriander seeds, they are specifically good for pitta imbalances. That means all the acidity, heartburn that you might experience. Coriander is a very cooling spice. It also supports the urinary tract, and it acts as a diuretic. So coriander is a very sweet spice that has a lot of benefit to your body. All these seeds improve digestion, so I won't repeat the properties of them, but other seed that we have over here is the long little seed. Let's see if I can grab one. That's the fennel seed, and this one I particularly love. This fennel seed is also very cooling for the digestive fire, but promotes good digestion. The fennel also is very good for mothers that are nursing, to promote good breast milk. And also the fennel will help us to promote lymph flow. Remember, the lymph is that liquid that runs under our skin, and it's the main distributor of antibodies and the main waste collector of our body. And usually we don't go through life thinking about our lymphatic flow. Well, that's the number one aspect that we need to take care in our bodies, by hydrating properly, by cleansing our lymph, by doing a thorough massage every day that will promote that flow. Because guess what? The lymph doesn't have a pump. The heart, our veins, our blood, the heart is the pump, and it takes care of distributing the blood throughout our body. But the lymph doesn't have a pump. So unless you jump every day for 10 minutes or really nourish your body with spices that will promote that lymph flow and giving yourself a self massage every day, the lymph will become stagnant and will create inflammation. So fennel is a great spice to help us for that. And the last one is a really teeny one that I don't know if I will be able to grab here. That one is cumin. Cumin is also one of my favorites. It has a very strong flavor, so most of the children, they don't like cumin, but it's just a matter of getting more and more familiar with the cumin flavor by adding it in little pinches. And cumin is also very good to balance digestion. It has iron, and the properties of cumin will help us also with reducing the mucosity of the body, the mucus. So all these spices together will help us to cleanse our body naturally. So if you are experiencing some indigestion, if you are experiencing bloating, if you are experiencing fatigue, gas and cramping, or do you just feel lethargic because your body is loaded with toxicity, I recommend to drink this tea for about 3 to 4 months. Sipping this tea throughout the day will help you to detoxify and will help you to, it's acting as a diuretic, so to release all those, flush all your system. That's what we want. This tea has a very cooling quality, so don't think that you will get any side effect of this tea. It's very safe, and well, let's just get ready to prepare it. So I have already mixed these seeds in equal parts, so I like to keep a jar in my pantry of these seeds blend together, so it's easy for me just to prepare the tea every day. I put a pot of water to boil, like this one here. And for this amount of water, that it's about 6 cups, I will just put 1 big tablespoon, maybe a little bit more. There we go. I recommend not to do this tea very intense because the flavor can be very, very intense, and that way you don't like it and you won't drink it. Just make it mild enough just to create the water in a light yellow color. And as these are spices, these are seeds, sorry, boil it for 5 minutes. The seeds have to boil in the water to release all the properties. All right? Now, we're going to let this boil. So in the meantime, our ginger tea is ready. So what we are going to do, let me grab just, okay. What we are going to do is we're going to strain this tea and put it in a thermos. So I have my thermos prepared here. Maybe you cannot see it clearly, but I have my strainer here ready. There we go. There we go. There we go. So our thermos is ready. Our tea is stored. It will be warm throughout the day. This is a big thermos because this is for all my family, and everybody can enjoy a little sip of tea while working, while doing homework, while watching TV, and there's no excuse. It's very available to everybody, so that's why I like to buy this type of thermos. It has a dispenser, so it's very, very simple to consume the tea. All right? And now our detox tea is ready also. So I have another thermos here that I will prepare so I can strain the tea. Oops, here. There we go. Okay. Right. Okay, so we are all set now. There we go. Okay, so we are ready to enjoy a delicious detox tea. So after the teas are ready, you can always sweeten the teas with some honey. Always pick the natural resources to enhance your meals. So honey is one of the purest resources that we have in nature to nourish our body. It will provide energy and it will improve the flavor of anything. So thank you for being here today. This is our first session of many others to come, so I will kindly invite you to stay tuned and participate in our other sessions. And I hope that you found these tips useful, these recipes useful, so you can start changing your life and conquering your health. So stay healthy, stay safe, and see you next time. Namaste.